Yo, what's going on with y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Convo with Marlo. Today I got a special guest with me here today. Who do I have the pleasure of being here with?
Alexa. Iced Out by Alexa.
Iced Out by Alexa. You know what I'm saying? Before I get into anything, how you feeling? What's going on?
Oh, I'm feeling really, really like happy.
Happy.
I'm feeling very, very like, I don't know, proud. So I don't know. That's the overall feeling that I'm feeling right now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So why is that? What got you feeling all happy and stuff?
I think I just really I'm very happy with how 2022 went. It started off rocky. I'm not going to lie. Since the last time you saw me,
Yeah.
I swear, after that podcast interview that we had, I swear maybe a month later, like shambles.
Oh, no
Literally,
way.
yeah.
What happened?
Just what's it called? I had been let go from my other job.
Yeah.
So it like ruined the stability that I had. And then it started off 2022 like super rocky. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I had and then over the course I was like, hey, I need to keep going. So then after I started just like grinding and it just like things turned around for me, and then and just like started proving to myself that I can do this, you know.
So so basically it was the 9 to 5 that you kind of lost the spot at?
Yeah.
So was it, keep it 100, was it your fault or was it the white man's fault?
Honestly, I can't even tell you, because I'm not gonna lie though, I wasn't really like feeling like it was the job for me, but I would still show up. I would still do what I was, supposed to do, being, what I was being told to do. But it just like, I don't know, I think I just was not inspired. And like, it was to the point where like, I would get up in the mornings, I would be like pissed and crying, getting ready for work, it was like that. And I just like, it was not the best environment for me, but I was just like, just keep going, because I had just been like promoted, given a raise.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, literally promoted, given a raise. And then I was just like, you know what, like, why are you, like feeling this way? Just like keep going, like. But then it just happened that one day they're like, oh, like we have to let you go. And I was like,
damn.
Oh. And then I asked for a what? And then they were like, oh, like, we're just gonna let you go. And then they like used kind of like COVID as a reason, but it's like
just some idiot. No, trust me, that's why I learned. I told myself I'll never put 110 into 9 to 5 anymore.
No.
Because God forbid, if something happened to you Monday at 9 a.m., you're replaced by 11.
They've already got someone, because someone probably sent in an email like, hey, keep me in file, in your mind, and then boom, you're replaced just like that.
That's why, man, that going, I used to work 12 hours a day for the type of job I was doing, like 6 days a week.
I think I remember you mentioned that.
I was slaving. I was straight slaving. And then it came to a point where, I'm sweating, I'm bent over backwards doing all this, and it just hit me like, I make the same amount of money not doing as much work as I am sweating. It's minus like 20 some outside and I'm sweating in the cold.
Damn.
That's how much they have me moving. That's why I told myself, nah, this type of shit is not for me.
Nah.
It's not it. But you're the first guest at this place for 2023.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? How you feel about the whole setup?
I'm actually like quite impressed.
Yes, sir.
The reason why I was like, because last time you came to my setup, to my place, and this time around, like I think you sent me a picture of your setup, or I saw.
Did I live in the other crib?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
I'm not too sure, but I remember seeing this setup and I'm like, nah, I have to go to him this time. Literally. Yes, so that's why I was like, I think it would be like really nice. And I'm just like very, very proud to see this setup.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? If like literally like I've told everybody else, if I told you how much bread went into this, you would not believe me.
Yeah.
I put way too much money in, like literally too much into it.
Yeah.
But it's worth it because like this shit literally feels professional. I feel like I'm like at a radio station.
Bro, me too. Like, maybe not DJ Academics is not like the best, but like, the radio, or like Charlemagne. Breakfast Club. I feel like I'm at Breakfast Club right now.
Yes, okay. But I see you dripped up. You got the jewelry on.
Yes,
you got
of course.
You got, what do you call it? Gems?
Yeah, tooth gems. Yeah, I have my tooth gems on.
Okay. And how long does it take for you to usually install them yourself? Is it quicker to install them yourself?
No, it's not, because it's a little bit longer, just because if I'm putting stuff on the sides, then I have to like, and using my peripheral view, it's kind of harder because, what's it called? like your peripheral view gets a bit blurry. So if I'm like in the mirror, like I can't really see. So I'm like looking like this. I have to close one eye. So I have to like, I'm constantly adjusting. In the front, it's fine because I'm just like in front of the mirror. Sorry. But I'm just in front of the mirror. But peripherals, it's a little bit harder. So I'm surprised that this butterfly is kind of straight, on this side. And this one too. So, but yeah, I've had these bottom ones.
Yeah.
I think I got them on before our last podcast interview or right after.
Maybe right after, because I don't remember you having that much.
So I think
you had a few for sure.
Yeah, I had a few. So this one here, like this purple one, I've had since like February of 2021 when I started.
You had that on since February.
This purple one right here.
Yeah.
So it's my good luck one, I feel like.
Oh,
yeah,
no
so I've
way.
had it since February 2021. These bottom ones since October last year or 2021.
A few months.
Yeah.
Oh, 2021.
Yeah. So I've had these 2021.
Yeah.
Because I remember I got them right before my shoot. And then this circle right here, I've had since October 2021 as well, before my shoot. And then this butterfly, I think I put it on like maybe like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Just recently.
Yeah, because I was like, wanted to switch it up. So, but
does it ever get in the way of you eating? Like, do you ever catch yourself eating something and it just like chips off? Anything like that?
For me, no. But I've heard some other people. Actually, I lied. First time when I started tooth gemming, I was like testing stuff out, and I'm literally at West Edmonton Mall. I'm walking around with my friends. I'm eating a bagel, like a everything bagel with the seeds on them. And I think we were in line at the time to get into Zara because you know how they had those like those rules or whatever. So we're like waiting in line to get into Zara. I'm eating my everything bagel, and I take a bite out of my bagel, and I'm like, this bagel's like crunchy. Like, what is going on? And I was like, did they put sand in this? And then I like take it out, and I'm like, oh, it's my tooth gem. I just like flicked it away.
You just flicked it?
Yeah, I was like, yo, what am I gonna do with this? So I just flicked it away. But that was like before I had started my business. So when I was like testing stuff out, and that was like the only time where I really felt like a gem pop off like that. But personally for me, no.
Okay. So obviously I got way more questions to ask you, but one last thing about the New Year's Eve I want to ask is, how was it? You know what I'm saying? Like from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, what was that transition like for you? Did you do anything going into the new year?
This year?
I
went to dinner and then I celebrated with my friends. Yeah, my main thing was like, I was torn between this whole thing of like, do I go to overnight or do I, be with my friends, keep it chill? And then
overnight, like go to a jam?
Oh no, like overnight, like church.
Church?
Yeah.
Trust me, I know that.
Yeah, so it was like, do I go to overnight or do I, because I went last year when I was in Toronto, but then this year I was like, I'm here, I kind of want to like spend it, crossover with like being beside my friends this year. So I decided to be with friends. So went to dinner, decided to be where my friends were at, and then just cross over with them.
Did your church people feel any type of way that you didn't spend it with them?
I don't think so, because they're in Toronto. So yeah, so yeah, the people I probably would have spent it with if I went to church would have been in Toronto. But I could have just found a church here. But I was like, I think I'm gonna go spend time with my friends.
Okay. Yeah. You enjoyed every last minute of it.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed myself, and it was just I just love being around my friends and
of course. Nah, they seem like a good vibe.
Yeah, they are 100% good vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, give me an update on what's been going on since the last time I had you on. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, from what I remember, I think you recently just started. Well, it was October 2021. Or was it 22?
I started October 2020. Actually, no. I started my business in February of 2021.
Yeah. And
then you came later that year in 2021. I think it was like right after my photo shoot or before. Yeah. And then, but ever since like New Year's from last year up until like the end of this year. Sorry, I think I have to burp. But it's like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now.
No, you're good.
Oops. I don't care if you include that.
I'll get the guy to. Oh,
honestly, if you, I don't really care.
Say less. It'll be in.
Anyways, but what's it called? Oh, they'll know I have to burp. You know what? It's fine. But what's it called? Ever since what's it called? The last time, like since New Year's coming into 2022, like I remember like again, I went to like overnight and like they were like, yo, write down what you want for 2022. And so I literally was like, yo, like I told you like I'd lost my job. I you know, what was supposed to, like literally 3 days before Christmas, by the way.
Damn.
She was like, no remorse the way she looked at me. We have to let you go. I was like, damn.
Sheesh.
And I started crying anyways.
You cried in front of him?
I cried in front of
I can't do that.
No, see,
I'd at least cry after. You can't give him that.
I just couldn't hold it because the amount of stress that came onto me, because I'm like, yo, I'm losing this job means I'm losing stability. And like, I could not lose stability because one, I live on my own and I have no one to fall back on. Like maybe my brother, because, you know, but other than that, like I'm really on my own in a sense. So I was just like, damn, like I have no one to fall back on and I lost stability. So that's like the stress just like hit me so hard the moment she said that. I left.
Heartless.
Yeah, I got home, I sat down and I literally just like cried on the floor. I'm like, well, I'll just extend my trip in Toronto, which I was supposed to go see my parents. And so I got there December 24th. Instead of staying with them for a week, I ended up staying in Toronto for a whole month.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. So I was there for a whole month, and you know, like now we're at overnight service, and they're like, "What do you want out of the year?" And I'm like, you know what? Let me just like, you know, just actually like write it down and like really believe in this.
Yeah.
So wrote it all down, you know, and one thing I had really written for my business was like to really like expand beyond like what I could imagine, because 2021 was actually a rough year just because it was so slow and I wasn't really putting much into it. You can honestly see it reflected on my Instagram feed, because you will see like at one point I didn't post on my Instagram for like 6 months.
Yeah, and this is on the IcedOut account?
Yeah, on the IcedOut account. Like I didn't post for a good 6 months. So you can see that reflecting on my account. And then I tried to start being consistent with it near the end, but I just could not give it my all because I was always so burnt out and exhausted from everything else.
Jeez. Now trust me, you're good.
Anyways, whoops. So then, what's it called? Yeah, where was I?
Now you're just talking about burnt out.
Oh yeah, but what was I saying before then?
What was it? You're talking about how you couldn't. Your IG was reflecting.
Yeah, so it was reflecting that, and so I don't know. So I went from 2021 like maybe having like one client a week every maybe 2 weeks, and then this year I really told myself, let me believe in myself. So
let me get on the ground.
Yeah, literally like I did that overnight, whatever, and it's kind of like manifesting whatever. And then I came back to Edmonton. Again, I'm kind of jobless right now. So I was just like, hey, what am I going to do? Because I literally cannot sit on my butt and like not do anything. So I was like, okay, let's see what I can do with this. And I remember I wrote down like my main thing is I want to do pop-ups. And so randomly, like I saw someone was doing a pop-up. I'm like, later in the year. So I reached out to them. Yeah, all good. So I reached out to them and I told them like, hey, if you need anyone, like, let me know. Just from that, it just like sparked a whole thing. Literally, like I did that pop-up, and then shout out to a friend, my friend Edabom, literally reached out to another friend and told them like, hey, if you need an extra thing for your pop-up, to get this girl. A month later, not even a month later. Yeah, I think I did my first pop-up in May. I went on vacation. And then I came back, and the day after, like 2 days after my vacation, I'm doing another pop-up. So that's like almost 2-ish weeks later, I'm doing another pop-up. And then I'm like, yo, you know what? Let's see what I can do. And so I knew I had a trip coming up in Toronto. And so I was like, let's see what I can do in Toronto. And so I reach out to like this person to do a pop-up, and they're being like very weird about it. So I was like, yo, like
when you say weird, just not replying or giving you funny responses?
Not replying. And let's say like I'll be in Toronto in 3 weeks. It took them maybe like 3 days to respond to me.
I hate niggas like
and
that,
I was like,
trust
yo,
me.
you're like munching at my time. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop wasting my time. And I had responded, but they hadn't responded back to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to forget about this. I'm going to reach out to someone else. I reach out to this place called New Tribe in Toronto. The tattoo place, piercing place. I'm like, hey, like, if you guys, you know, have space, I'd love to do a pop-up with you guys. Yeah. And immediately they are so nice. And they're like, yeah, they wasted no time. They told me, what do you need? I'm like, oh. Jeez. So they gave me like if I needed a light, you know, to be able to see where I work, a chair. They're like, oh, we have all the like equipment you would need. Cause sometimes I would need like the dental bibs for people. They're like, we have that. And like literally anything I needed, they're like, we have that. Or, okay, yeah, we'll give you that. And then they were just like so open to that, and like really excited for me to be there. And so I set it up with them. The other lady obviously responded. She's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's all good. I figured it out. You know, best of luck, whatever.
Did they get salty or anything, or they left it right there?
I think they just left it at that. And I honestly don't remember. But, you know, I did that pop-up. I came back. I did another pop-up in October. And then I did another pop-up back in Toronto in like 3 weeks ago. So it's just that. And like, I went from in 2021 seeing maybe one person every 2 weeks, a month, to now like at least like I'll see like 1 to 2 people a day. Jeez. And I'm working like 6 days out of the week. So some days I'll be seeing 3-4 people in one day.
Yeah. And
so
how many
it's
hours
like,
do you usually spend with each person, or is that just all completely depends?
It just depends. Like some people will come to me, like they'll want one gem, they'll want a whitening with a gem, they'll want like a custom gold gem or something like that, or you know. And yeah, and but like the thing, I think what makes me like stand out with like a lot of like clients when they come see me is like I don't like treating people like, okay, you know, I just did a service on you, okay, bye. I actually like to like talk to my clients when I like to know like, how's your day? What do you do? Like if like recently like a guy came in and he like has like a nonprofit, you know, not for profit, and I was like, I literally was like intrigued. I'm like, tell me more about it. So we just talked, and then I was just like, yo, like, send me the link to your website. Like, because he's, like, building it up. Because I'm, like, very intrigued. It's, like, about sustainability and stuff like that. I was like, I like to know about that stuff, you know? So it was, like, really cool. I like to talk to clients. And I think that's what, like, makes me stand apart
See,
this year.
Having business like that is what really sticks to people. Because, like, people will be like, bro, I know you're not into getting your teeth gemmed out, iced out, but like give it a try. She's good at talking. She actually cares. So literally word of mouth is always the best type of thing.
I feel like that's really been like my big thing this year has been word of mouth. Although like I've been like dipping my feet into like doing stuff online and like ads and like using Google and stuff like that. It's been like really good to like just honestly like being me, like even on my IG and stuff or like any social media, like I like to showcase that like I don't know. I don't like to be cookie cutter. Like I'll use whatever. You'll see my face. Like you'll see my stories. Like I like to show people like, hey, we have fun over here. Come get iced out by me. Yeah.
What are some of the new equipments that you got since the last time we spoke?
No new equipment really. Actually, I lied.
You got something with you?
I got some stuff with me. Okay, so.
You gotta explain it.
Okay, so I actually brought one thing for you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got these that I recently released at the beginning of December. It's my DIY tooth gem kits. So that's one thing I've started doing. I do teach now, but it's like not really out there. So I teach people. So so people reach out to me and ask me, and I'm more than willing to do it. And I've realized that I should probably, you know, so planning on launching it this year. But right now, like the one thing I'm really proud of is like my new DIY.
That looks
DIY.
good.
Yeah, thank you. So it's like, you know, humble beginnings type of packaging, I feel like, but it's really cute. I think this one's yours actually. So you can take a look inside of it. I'll guide you through what's in here. But
you're the first person to actually bring me something.
Nah, it's yours to keep, you know. If you want to ice someone else out too, go for it. Yeah, so you can like, that's your own little goodie bag. Yeah. So you can like, here, we'll do that.
It's a toothpick?
A toothpick?
What is this?
Buddy, no, wait. It's not a toothpick. It's what's it called? I'll show you everything actually.
Okay, say less.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you've got your gems in here, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think I gave you clear ones and blue ones.
Okay.
I didn't want to be like too blue, so I went with like light blue. So clear and light blue. I gave myself clear and pink just in case. But yeah, if you like, I don't know if you can show it to the camera, but it's probably too small to be honest.
I'll get the guy to zoom in.
Yeah?
Best.
Oh yeah, make sure it's this way. Just so they don't fall out.
Like this?
Yeah, this is the lid. Just so they don't fall out. Yeah, I was like, be careful, you know. They're really small. But yeah, so
jeez.
Yeah.
I'll hold it like this. Try to get him to zoom in.
Yeah, so in there you've got the gems in here, And then next thing is you have this little like UV type of light. So you just like, yeah, so you can either like press it, so it like turns on kind of like this. Yeah, or you can like flick the switch and it like stays on. Yeah.
Is this the thing that shows you all your cavities?
No.
What does this do?
It's basically cures the bond, which I'll show you. But yeah, it's a cute little light. And then you have like,
you're serious about this.
Yes,
Damn.
I'm very serious about what I do. And then you've got like 4 cotton rolls because you get 4 gems. Maybe you want to put them on in 4 different occasions, but you got 4 cotton rolls in here. This is to like help dry your teeth when you're like putting it on.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can either get a pink one or a yellow one, but these are wax tipped applicators. So I actually started making my own because I would like buy these from a girl who makes them, and then I was like, yo, like my whole aesthetic is pink, you know? And I was like, these are so no diss. I hope she don't see this. But I was like, yo, yellow is kind of like clashes with everything, you know? Like, so I was just like, hey, you know what? So I started making my own actually. So I make my own pink wax tip applicators now.
How do you make it?
So it's a secret. I'm not gonna say it on camera,
say
but it's wax tip applicators. So you have one of these, and then you get 4 micro brushes because you want to apply the bond on 4 different occasions. You can do that.
So I want to put one on. How would I do that?
Okay, this is the bond that you would use as well. So if you tilt it, there's a little liquid in there. It's pretty thick.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a little bit.
Oh, so this is the liquid that gets this to connect to your teeth.
And I was thinking we could have a little fun on this, recording. Yes, so we're actually gonna put one on together. If you're down for that, you can pick whatever color you want, but we'll start with one. I'm gonna go ahead and put pink. I also have a mirror if you wanna like do that.
Yeah.
Here. So here's a mirror. It's heart shaped because obviously. So you just like, here, I'll get you to look with me. Here, you can use it. I'm kind of like used to this. I can honestly.
You could probably do this with your eyes closed.
Honestly, I wouldn't attempt it though. Oh, do it on you with eyes closed? Nah.
So I just hold it.
Yeah. So okay, first things first. You pick a tooth, okay, that you want to do it on. So I think I want to do it. I'm also using my laptop as a mirror because, So
do I pick it up with the cotton swab?
So make sure this is open.
Oh, yeah,
so
it's open.
It's open, okay? So first things first, you use the cotton roll.
Cotton roll, okay.
Yeah, so you grab that. You're going to dry the tooth that you want it on. I'm all gemmed out. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, honestly, if you want, you don't even need a mirror like that. Or you could keep smiling. You do this. You dry the tooth. Don't talk. Don't like close your mouth. Make sure it's dry. Okay. And then you take this, like one of the micro brushes. So one of these. And then you open your little jar.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know. It's a maneuver.
No, I did. Shit. I did it.
Okay, just like that. You see what I mean? And you tilt it a little bit. Tilt it. Make sure it gets in there. And there you go. Is it yellow?
Nah, hold on.
Okay, tilt it.
Oh, I closed my mouth.
Oh, it's okay. You can dry it after. Honestly, you can dry it after. This is probably best to do first. So mine's yellow. It's been dipped in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So honestly, you can dry your mouth again. Yeah. Dry the tooth. Do it like that. And then, and then you put it on the surface. Yeah. I sound so done right now. Can you just put it like right here? Somewhere. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Okay. So it's applied, right? So you let it dry for 10 seconds. Oh, right. You get instructions.
And then what?
You just let it dry for like 10 seconds.
Start drooling.
Yeah, you tilt your head back. Yeah. Okay, so you do this. It's like, yeah. That's the random wave, yeah. It's all good.
Someone say Siri?
Okay. Now, you take your wax tip applicator. This right here.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's all good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now you take your wax tip applicator.
Yeah.
take the gen that you want.
Damn, you gotta do all this?
Yeah, and then you put it on the tooth, okay? I hook it on. I actually can't see, yo. I'm gonna use my phone.
I think I got it.
Is it even on? I can't even see. Okay. Okay, so it's on. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so you see, it's on.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, so it's on. Now you take the light, you shine it for 3 minutes.
3?
No. Yeah, okay. Flick the light, flick the switch. Yeah, just like that. To the bottom.
Do I hook it down or up?
Here, take mine. Down, yeah. And then you do this for 3 minutes on the tooth. It's 8:28.
Yeah.
We'll finish at 8:31. So make sure it's on the tooth like this.
Yes, sir.
Here, point it like this. Like this.
Like this.
Yeah, there you go. Right on there.
Already iced out.
You already iced out.
YMCMB.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right. And this is literally all you do.
That's it.
Yeah, this is it.
So how much would you charge for something like this?
If you want one to last for a long time, here, you can tilt your head back. If you want yours to last for like 6 to 8 months, you can
6 to 8 months?
Yeah, the average. That's the average for a regular one. And you can see one gen starts at 65.
Yeah.
And then the other, like the additional is like 30 each. But I also have designs. So if you want to do a design, they're like priced at a special price.
Do you ever have I can't talk.
Yeah.
Do you ever have broke boys complain?
I wouldn't say complain, but like, you know when you tell someone your price and then they just don't respond? Yeah, I had a couple of those moments.
Yeah.
It's crazy times, yo. And it's like, the reason like I have my prices listed on my like website and like on my profile is to avoid, the awkward like, hey, how much you charge? And like you don't respond. Now I'm left feeling like down. Oh yeah.
How you looking on time?
1 more minute.
Okay.
One more minute, guys. Almost there.
Damn, this shit's looking easy.
Yeah, that's why it's DIY. It's easy and $30. Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
It's crazy.
And if I really wanted to take it out, I could just use my finger.
You can literally just and it just comes off. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just making sure.
How you looking?
We looking good. Hold up. Yo, my lips are literally quivering right now.
Wow, that shit's hurting.
Usually, because I'm wearing lip gloss, usually you can just hold your lip to like help, but I'm wearing lip gloss, so yeah. Okay. Oh, I think we should be good now.
Good?
Yeah.
Damn.
So turn off the light.
Oh, shit.
And there we go. It's on now.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Blang, blang.
I put Vaseline on, so this shit's like, my lips are just hard right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I could literally put Marlo.
Literally, if you really needed it like that.
Yeah.
Here, let me see mine too. Oh, I think I'm gonna actually attempt to like add them. Oh, I really like this.
Hey.
I really like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
There you go. Yeah.
No, this type of stuff is actually easy. It's nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy, yo.
For me, I'm probably like a lot of other people where, reading the instructions might be easy, but watching someone do it is easier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could see you do something once or twice.
And now you're a pro? Yeah, I feel that.
Obviously, doing people's teeth, nah, I can't. I can't see myself doing that, but... Nah, this type of thing, I can see how you find it fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, you're conversating. But how do you conversate with someone when their mouth is wide open?
Honestly,
do they try to speak?
They try to speak, but I'm like, okay, I wouldn't say like I'm a talkative person. Hold up, let me put this away because I don't want to like ruin the audio right now.
Oh, good. Now that's the thing with these nice mics. Yeah, I could hear it, but it doesn't sound as bad as it would on my other mic.
Upgrade. I see.
These $400 mics, man.
Jesus Christ.
I know, but I see why it costs what it costs.
Yeah, no, it's
Damn, I can
see
feel it.
you
It's
gotta.
not moving. This shit will not move.
It's not moving, and these DIY 2 gem kits, like, they usually last like 1 to 5 days is the average on your tooth. But I've had people who reached out to me.
Can I keep this?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yes,
for you.
ma'am.
It's literally a gift for you.
Shit.
It's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to ice out your moms, go ahead. No, I've had moms literally come with their daughters. I've had grandmas come to see me with their granddaughters and be like, they both get gems together. Like, it's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's it called? These gems, like, they last 1 to 5 days. I've had people whose gems have lasted like up to like a week and a half, and they reach out to me. They're like, hey girl, like, I just wanted to let you know, like, my gem has been on, like,
Still going.
like it like stayed on for like longer than 5 days. And I'm like, bet, it's good to hear. But yeah,
So that's how it just depends on the person. Cause do you
That's-
think more people just have, like, they just applied more of that liquid substance?
pardon me. Ooh,
Is that
the
the
burp,
burp?
the burp, the burp
burp's
came
whooping
out,
your ass
bro.
right now.
No, it finally came out
it
because I
came.
felt it, and that's
Ah.
out. Anyways, but what's it called? No, like, it honestly just depends, because like the instructions, like, I had like some girls reach out to me, and I'm like, they're like, hey, like, the gem fell off, like, I'm like, but then they were like, but then like when I did it again, like, I actually let it dry, and I'm like, that's the important part. So that's why I'm like, I really want to make sure people like actually like follow the instructions and read the instructions.
I'm surprised
So
I did it right the first time. Like, I'm literally feeling it and it's just not moving.
It's not moving. Yeah.
Damn. So you say roughly about like 5 days.
Yeah,
That's
5
when
days, up like 1 to 5 days, and it's like good for people like who have retainers. And I know a lot of
You're good.
I know a lot of people, they want to come get tooth gems, but for like, let's say they have like their birthday coming up. I've had a lot of people reach out to me about that, but because they have retainers or whatever, they can't. So
Yeah.
then like this is like a good alternative. Or still also, like, I've had some people like buy them because they're not sure if they can commit to that one gem for like 6 to 8 months, so they want to test it out first.
Yeah.
So they want to test out the placements first and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And like, it's within budget, and it's like cute to add into like for like gifts and stuff like that. And I've had girls who like came to buy them from me for like, they're like, oh, I'm having a girls' night, we're all gonna do each other's gems, and like, you know, it's like a cute little thing, and it's also kid friendly. So because yeah, it's very kid friendly. So
So with this, with your the business of yours, have you licensed it yet? Have you gotten
Yeah.
a chance to license it?
yeah, so my business is registered and everything like that. So so it's like I can work
Yeah.
out of my house, and like everything's like all good and stuff.
Good.
Yeah, so that was like honestly like I didn't do it right when I started, just because I wasn't doing it as much. And like I told you, this was something I started like on the side, like maybe some extra, you know, like, let's see what I can do with this. But it was like after I'd lost the job, I was like, it was picking up, and I was like, okay, like, you know, maybe it's time to like register it and like really.
That's the type of thing I always say, or lately I started saying, everything really happens for a reason. Like, imagine you never lost that job. You probably still would have been around the same position, or maybe not getting as many people.
Yeah.
Because you got to fit work into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like.
So
sorry,
a lot
go
of
ahead.
things just work out.
Yeah, that's one thing I've actually like. One thing I realized, like, in the moment when I had lost the job and stuff like that, I was like, you know, I was feeling all those feelings. I was actually like mad depressed. I was like going through it, and just like, I was like, yo, like, you know, when like life just keeps kicking you down.
Yep.
I was like, yo, why? Like, literally. But you really cannot ask yourself like why. Like, life just happens. Like, shit just happens. But you know, stuff just happens. But what's it called? Like, you just, I just like, you can't like ask yourself why and then like
Don't
be
beat yourself
mad.
over it.
Yeah, you can't be mad at it. You just have to like, okay, it happened. What am I gonna do next? Like, literally, that's when I kind of had to like whoop my own butt and be like, you can't just sit around. Like, and then later on in the year, when I was able to go on, how many trips did I go on this year? 3 trips.
3. Where'd you go?
Oh, so the first trip I went to was a cruise that I had planned with some girls, like my sisters. Literally, honestly, they're not even just friends; they're sisters. But yeah, so we had planned a cruise, and I was able.
Everybody, like, nobody flopped.
Nobody
crazy.
flopped. Right.
Crazy.
The trip made it out the group chat. Literally.
That's crazy.
Literally. So we planned this trip, and you know, everyone paid what needed to be paid on time. Everyone booked their flights on time. And then I was at a point where like we were only going to go on this cruise. And I'm like, yo, like I actually have like my time now. I was able to add like extra days in Miami. Sheesh. Like before and after the trip.
You was in the yams.
Yeah, so I was in the yams. So when we got there 2 days before our trip. So we went on like a girls trip. It was like a cruise, and I was like, yo, why don't we add Miami? Like, because the cruises, like most cruises start out of Miami. Yeah. So we went to Miami, and we were like, yo, why don't we add like a couple days before and a couple days after the trip? Mm-hmm. You know, just because in case like planes or whatever. And I'm like, I actually have the time to do that. So I was like, so we did that. We added like 2 extra days before our trip. We were in Miami. Then cruise started. It was like 8 days, Jamaica, Mexico, Bahamas, and Cayman Islands. So we went there, and then we back in Miami. And then even before the Miami, I was able to add extra days in Toronto because I was like, yeah. So I really had like a 14, 15-day trip. So it equaled out to 2 weeks. So almost 2 weeks. And so I was like, okay, you know what? This is great. You know, like I have my time, able to add days in Toronto, add days in Miami, and go on this trip. Came back, and then I planned a girls trip to go to Toronto during like Caravana. Yeah. We kind of extended it, and then Drake announced the OVO or the YMCMB. Yeah. So we're like, okay, we're going.
The tickets like $1,500 each, like something crazy.
They were, but let me tell you how me and my girls paid $120 for our tickets. Each.
Or for everybody?
Each. Let me tell you how we paid $120. No way. So we said, by fire, by force, we're going on this trip. We're going to that show. So I had bought tickets to go to the Chris Brown and Lil Baby concert, which was happening during those 3 days. And then Drake announces that, you know, YMCMB reunion. Yeah. And then me and the girls are like, we're going. We gotta go. We have to go. So I kid you not, the tickets, I think, went on sale 8 a.m. our time here in Edmonton. And we got up. I was up at 6:30. We hop on the Yes. Jeez. We hop on the FaceTime call. I kid you not, I'm holding my Bible, bro. I'm holding my Bible. And I'm like, yo, like, please, you know, I'm saying, please, God, like, let us get these tickets because I know how crazy it can get. We get on. It's 10 minutes before. You can get in the queue. 10 minutes before. We're all in the queue. But for some reason, my computer or like my website, Ticketmaster, is not letting me in. And hold up, let me just sleep my computer so I'm not looking at myself. So for some reason, my Ticketmaster is not letting me get in, and it like kicks me out the line. And I'm like, no way. Like there were 10,000 people crazy in front of me. I was like, yo, like, so now I have to get back in, and it's like not working. My friends are at the beginning of the line. And so I'm at the back of the line now. I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm right behind you guys. Some reason it like pushes me to the front of the line.
All the way to the front.
All the way to the front. My 2 friends get kicked out.
Damn.
It's not working for them. Now I'm at the front of the line again. So I get in the website, but I kid you not, every time I would press a ticket, it would be like, it would like click, load. Oh, sorry, this ticket's unavailable. So the bots were going crazy. So then I was like, okay, you know what? Like, let me just keep pressing. And I'm like, I'm on the FaceTime call with Vivian and Ijoma. I'm like, are you guys okay with this section? At one point, Ijoma's like, I don't care. Just grab tickets. I said, bet. So I'm clicking every single section, not even asking them if they're okay with that. I'm like, so finally, like, I guess Ticketmaster has a thing where, like, the more tickets you buy, the cheaper it is. So we told ourselves we're not paying more than $250 for these tickets. Yeah. And so I guess I saw tickets that were like, you know, $280, and I was like, is that cool with you guys? They're like, yeah, okay. So I buy the tickets, I get to check out. I literally just bought them straight. I look at the receipt, $126 for each ticket. So the more tickets you buy, the less it costs because you're buying it in groups. So it went down from being that much to like $126 per person for each of us.
But I heard that shit was like $1,500 a ticket. Whoa.
Because people were buying and reselling. A lot of people were reselling. And we got to the show, to the YMCMB reunion. There were a lot of empty seats.
No way.
There were a lot of empty
So
seats.
not as much people showed up.
So you could have snuck up to the front, honestly,
Wow.
and been like up front and like literally touching Nikki's hair at that point. Like,
is it because people just wasn't fucking with the price? Like
that is why, like, a lot of people, and like honestly, like I feel like the people who were able to afford those tickets are like people who aren't really about it.
Yeah.
Because if you look,
wait, I just remembered. Wasn't that the tickets you kept on posting on your story?
No. That's for Rolling Loud.
Oh.
I was supposed to go to Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
I got rid of those tickets because I was like, one, we were like, everything for some reason was just like crazy expensive, and then we like kind of were like, yo, like the lineup isn't even that crazy compared to like, you know, Miami and like all those other places, and then we were just like, you know what, let's, you know, it's not really worth it. And like we had just come from New York / Toronto, and we're just like, do we want to go back again? And it was just like, we were already like, I don't know, it was a lot. So we had individually, we had all done our trips for the year, and we were like, we're good. So I just told them, nothing against Rolling Loud, like I would have loved to go, but I just it wasn't the time. And also I was like, you know what, like if anything, I'd rather make a trip out of it and go like next year or something. So maybe this year I'll go. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, those were the trips I went on.
As I was doing some homework, like on IcedOut.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was stalking the page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you had a few pop-ups of last year. You had Ultra Sweet, Hustle to Something, New Tribe, the one that you just talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So besides the Toronto one that you just spoke on, how was the experience for the other few ones?
The other ones, I also did one in October for an open house for a place that like rents out suites, and they wanted me to be there to like kind of like showcase what a suite would look like. And I actually had people come in and get their tooth gems done and teeth whitening done at that pop-up. So it was pretty nice, and just like I was able to mingle, give out pamphlets and cards and stuff. But I can definitely say that I've gotten more comfortable compared to like my first one. I really was like, it was really fun. Just like, I don't know, like sometimes like I can be doing it by myself, which I honestly realized like I need to start bringing an extra person at pop-ups, because doing the work and talking while I'm in some you honestly know you're one man show. Like same with me, like I bring my equipment, I set up by myself, I talk to people, I sell what IcedOut is, and I'm also doing the icing out and the whitening. So it was really as I'm talking, as people are walking by. But like I've only done whitening at one pop-up. Every other pop-up I only do tooth gems, because one, I don't want to like deal with all that whitening stuff that open. So I only do tooth gems at pop-ups and stuff like that. But one thing I've learned a lot is I need to start doing pop-ups not by myself. So asking for help, that's one big thing.
So for the other person that you would want on, what would that second person be doing?
I feel like that person would just mainly be when I'm working on people, they would have to like kind of have like a little bit of knowledge with like, because I have the square reader thing. So like being able to like, if I have like the DIY kits available, being able to sell that and just like talk about IcedOut, like know a little bit about like tooth gems, and like be able to talk to people like, oh yeah, they usually last 6 to 8 months. Just nothing too crazy, just like help. Because sometimes I can't talk to like the person I'm working on and everyone else who's walking by.
Like keeping people company.
Yeah, basically, because obviously like people will want to like come talk to you, like the person who runs the business and owns the business. But in the meantime, like it's like when you go to like, you go shopping in a clothing store. If an employee doesn't say hi to you, you're just like there and you walk out. I've had many instances like that where like I walk into the store, no one's talking to me, so I just walk. I just dip. I'm like, it's nothing much here. So yeah, that's one thing I really learned this year is like can't do a lot of things alone, which I think goes into like a lot of other things in my life, but it really showed in my business. I'm like, I'm too used to doing things alone. I'm like, it's okay to ask for help. So
most no, that's the thing. Like, I think for me, I have too much of a pride thing. You know, I mean, at first I did have some help, but later on, when that help wasn't really, like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm gonna start doing this shit myself. It's fun until you start seeing the minor mess ups, the minor fuck ups, and for me, when I'm rewatching some of my videos, I'm like, no way I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but it's too late. Everything's already done. I try to hit up the editor. I'm like, bro, you think you a bee flew by. You think you could get, just
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, I can maybe try to blur it out, but I
Yeah.
can't really do much. I'm like,
It's
just
like
the
if
little
someone
things.
you can like, it's nice to do things, but to have someone else like watching out for you and watching out for it goes a long way. Like,
I don't know, trust
it
me.
makes shit like seamless, stuff seamless.
What's the most expensive piece you've had on someone? Like, what's the most someone has spent?
I would I think someone actually came in. I've had a couple people drop $500 to $600 with me.
Damn.
Yeah.
And how much do they get if they dropping that much? Or are they getting it for other people?
Like one person. I've had so like, let's say you come to see me, you want to get gems done. So like, for example, you want to get like a flower. So you know how I told you like, oh yeah, when we were doing the DIY gems, I was like, my gems start at 65 and then 30 for each additional. But I also don't believe in charging people up the butt. So like up the butt. I just don't believe in like taking advantage of people. Yeah. But also I understand things from a business viewpoint and also as a consumer, because I've been a consumer in many places and many times. So I realize the importance of, I want my services to be like affordable, accessible, and so DIY kits come in handy for that. But and so I have designs, and I don't feel right, like personally for me, I don't feel right charging 65 and then like a design needs like 10 gems and I'm like 65, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. No, I'm like, okay, let's do a special for this, because if you really want this, let's say like a butterfly has 4 gems. So that's 65, 30, 30, 30. And I need my calculator. Hold up. One moment.
Oh, good. It happens.
Happens. Okay. So 65. So 30 times 3 plus 65. That's, so I cap it at that price. I usually leave it a bit lower. So it's like a special price for that design. And it also is like an incentive for people to want to come and get that design, if that makes sense. Or like if people get a flower, for example, that's the one I was getting at. So 65, 30, 30, 30, 30. Instead of doing that, I kind of just like keep it below that price. Just so people are like, I don't know, like I would like for people to like be able to get those designs and stuff like that. So
when you had that person that paid like $500-$600, did you let them know like, yo, we're
people know, like I always let people know, like, just so you know, these prices are already priced at a specific, like at a certain price. And same with like whitening, like instead of giving people like, they already like are spending like, let's say for an hour of whitening, they're already spending like $150. Instead of getting to spend another $65 for a gem, I'm like, yo, you're already getting this service done by me. I'm gonna like shave off like $20-$30 off of like a gem if you want that. And then on top of that, additional gems, I'll keep it at 30. So just kind of like that. I kind of like, I like to make stuff affordable and all that stuff. And yeah, so I think that's very important. And also I feel like people like, and that goes for anyone, like price yourself accordingly. And then the people who are meant to come to you will also come to you, but also don't be like doing too much. Like I feel like, yeah, because when I started doing Tooth Gems, like I would see girls like charging like $80. I know people who are charging $80 for a gem, which I'm like, okay, but for me, I'm like, nah, I don't need to do that, So I feel like, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me.
I like that.
Yeah.
So that was the most someone's ever spent?
Back to that. Yeah. So my bad. What was the question?
The most someone's ever spent.
Okay. So I've had people spend with me 500 to 600. So let's say they get the flower and then they want to get like a couple gems and then a whitening and stuff like that. So that's, that was like, yeah, so
5 to 6.
Yeah, 500 to 600 is like, I've had a couple people come to me for that. And then when I tell you like people who are ready to pay you for what you are worth, like when they're ready for that, they'll come to you. And I just feel like, yeah. And also like, I feel like I give my clients like a warranty, like, because I really do care about the quality of my work. So if anything, for some reason, like it's my bad, like, I always give I let my clients know, like, by the way, just so you know, you have warranty on these gems. So if anything happens within this amount of days,
full back up.
I take full responsibility for it, I replace it for free. So there's that people pay for into it. And then like just like I'm always like just ready to like give people what they need, like any insight or whatever. Like, yeah.
Sheesh. Nah, I could tell you're like fully invested into this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Do you still do it at your place?
Yeah, I still do it at my place. Yeah.
So, is it because I remember when I was there, you had like a stretcher.
Basically. Yeah, it's still that. I just keep my space just because I'm at home right now. It's not like where I want to be, but like I'm okay with being there. I feel like I'm still in those like humble beginnings phases. So I'm not too stressed about like looking like, you know, like looking at people who've been doing what they're doing for like 5-6 years versus like me who's been doing it like literally just hit the 2-year mark. Like, you know,
we're around the same thing. Cause I'm literally the same. Cause in my head, I'm hoping for it to be like this whole crib to be a radio station. Yeah. But obviously I haven't even scratched. I'm barely scratching the surface. Still going,
yeah. So it's like give yourself time. You will have the setup that you want. And so, but yeah, I'm still at my house. I'm, you know, but like the thing is like I make sure my house is like always like chill, a vibe, and like that's the thing. Whenever like I swear like 5 out of 6 clients, let's say, or like 4 out of 5 clients will always come in and the first thing they say is like, wow, your place is so cute. Hey. And so, you know, like I always try to like, even though it's my home and it's like nothing too crazy, nothing too, you know, insane. It's like I still like try to make it reflect like I actually do care about what I do. So it's like people come in, it's cool, and I you know, strike up a conversation, and then like that can help people feel like, okay, this is a good place.
That's exactly how it is when people come into my basement. Literally about, I'd say 9 out of 10 people. Yeah. Be like, yo, this is your basement. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, like that's the first, I was like, yeah, this is nice.
It's nice because it's like, when random people, not random, but when people that come over to your place and like, when they say that, because it's the first thing they see, it makes you feel good because like, bro, you see the work.
You see the work. You see what I'm curating here. And honestly, also getting the compliment of like, wow, like I feel so calm in your place, or like I felt so calm in your chair, or like I was so nervous coming in here, but you made me feel like, you know, really relaxed. I'm like, that hits deep. Like I don't think like, I think doing what I do has like really made me realize like I actually love making people feel safe and feel good, and just like, yeah, I think that's like, it's kind of weird that to realize that like, I don't know, not calling, but it's like something that like, yeah, I really do like that, and I got to like figure that out through what I do, which is super random.
No, I feel that. My last few questions for you.
Yeah.
When you get guys to come over, have you ever had guys say to you, this is an ignorant question, by the way, you know, I'm curious.
All good.
Have you ever had guys come to you, like, right before they put it on, like, yo, do you see other guys getting this type of things? Like, are they ever skeptical about it?
Yeah, actually, the thing is, it's like, what's it called? When I first started doing tooth gems, I swear in all of 2021, I only had one guy who booked with me.
Damn.
One man, like one guy. And he came to me and he's like, for tooth gems, for tooth whitening, it was all good. But for tooth gems, I only had one guy. And he surprisingly got a pink gem because he was like, oh, it's my girl's favorite color. I was like, oh yeah. So he got one pink gem and then 2 clear ones. And like, you can literally, I think you can still see it on my Instagram page. That was the only man who came to me for.
Did you tag him?
No, I didn't tag them, and I hope they're doing okay. It meant a lot that you came to see me, but like they were the first and only man that came to me in 2021 to get a tooth gem. This year, especially recently, I've done like a handful, like more than a handful of guys this year. More guys been coming through. I think a lot of guys are like literally the other day I did a gold tooth gem for a guy, and it was like an alien gold gem, like a silver gold alien, like you know the alien emoji. Yeah. So it was that. And so he got that done. So it's like, you can really like, you know, and so I've had a lot of guys being like, oh, like, is this too like, you know, feminine? But like literally the other day I had a guy, he came in with this girl and he got like a lightning bolt and 1 gem. Yeah. And then came again with this girl, literally like 2 weeks later, got 3 extra gems, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And he's a barber, and every time like he asks people, like people ask him like, yo, that's fire, where? And it's like, yo, like people are like realizing like, I feel like that it's not really like oh, it's just a girl
Yeah,
thing.
it
Like,
shouldn't be, but sadly, that's just how a lot of
yeah.
people look at it. Because I had a few homies that, this is a minute ago, probably like summer of last year. They'll contemplate it and be like, nah, I see more women on her page
Yeah.
than guys, so maybe that's just not the way to go.
It's honestly funny. Honestly, it's my fault. I don't post enough, but I actually do have more guys. So I take pictures of like my clients and stuff like that. Like the other day, like I had a guy, he got like 3 gems stacked right here.
Yeah.
Another guy got like 3 gems stacked down here. These other guys, they came, they were like 2 friends, they got like 1 gem here, 1 gem here, both of them. And then, you know, another guy came with his girl, he got a gem at the bottom, she got a couple gems. Like, it's really like, you know, guys just come and see me. Like the other day I did like a whole tooth for a guy. It's one of my most recent ones. I did a whole tooth, we did a gem here and then a lightning bolt. Like, people are like, you know, finally starting to see like, it's not just for, you know, it's not just for
anybody
women. Yeah, anybody. Like, literally, like, that's my thing. I feel like anybody can get it. And it's a way of like expressing yourself the way you would express yourself with tattoos, hair, clothing, accessories. Like, yeah.
No,
So,
I like that.
Yeah, but I've definitely had some skeptical guys.
Now my final thing to you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I know you're a busy lady. What's the goal for 2023 by the end of this year?
For 2023, my goal, which I already started it at the end of 2022. But I was like, I want to get away from just doing the labor and having more stuff. And so that's why one thing is like, I released the DIY tooth gem kits. I'm now starting to like make my own products, like the wax tipped. Cause I was like, I'm buying from this lady and like she like, I didn't like the color of them. So like wax tip applicators, I make them myself. Like I make a lot, you know, and I had like a whole jar and I've been using them. This is like almost empty because I actually use my own products now. And like, you know, like just like, I'm like launching my own like.
Is that a syringe?
Just it's fine. So like I'm like it's okay. But like this is like a prototype, I would say. But like I'm like starting to make my own supplies. So this would be like a dental etch that you would use because you know, like.
So what do you do? So
this is one of the supplies you would use to like prep the tooth. So when you're doing tooth gems, you need to first dry the tooth, kind of like how we did. Yeah. Then you get an etch. And then when you get the etch, you like that preps the surface. It makes the surface of the tooth porous because your teeth are kind of like porcelain type of, you know, the shine, but this makes it porous so that like the gems can adhere to your teeth. So I'm making my own dental etch, and I'm also gonna be like releasing like my own portable like teeth whitening pens like at home, you know, like just do it at home. If you can't, you know, drop the 150 or the 130, whatever it is for a whitening session, these are going to be like a good, you know, option. So I'm like, my goal for 2023 is to step away from just doing the labor, because especially with doing these DIY kits, it's like for what, like the first month would have been like December. For a month, I'm actually like impressed with like the numbers that these kits have been doing, and it really like solidified my decision to start not just doing the labor, but like stepping away and like, you know, selling my own products, and like other people like me, if you're like, you know, based on this side of the country or in this province, it's like there's someone local who can get it to you like that, you know. So yeah, that's just one thing. Like I've reached out to like suppliers. It's like been 2 years coming. I've been doing my own research for like the longest time. Yeah. And finally like 2022 is a push, and I'm like 2023 is going to be an even harder push. Okay.
Well, that's all I got to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Before I wrap this all up, is there anything you want to ask me?
What are your goals for 2023? Shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think I traveled for this podcast thing. I traveled about 3 times. This year, 8 times.
Nice.
I really want to hit double digits, 10.
Yeah.
It can't just be Canada, because last year I hit Vancouver twice, Toronto, and then Seattle. Now, the goal is to hit a few states, 1-2 provinces in Canada, and maybe somehow hit London,
Yeah, I was about
China,
to say.
like who knows?
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like
Japan.
you would go crazy in what's it called, in Europe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, I would love to do it, but it's like I gotta reach out to them, and that's like what a 10-day flight. Like how far?
Yeah.
Is it? Like 12 hours
To get
from
where?
here to the UK.
Ooh,
8 hours?
yeah,
I know
it
it's a
depends because
100-minute
they're
flight.
like layovers and
Yeah,
shit. Maybe
nah.
like give yourself like maybe 15 hours.
Damn.
Like
Might as well
actually,
walk.
am I going crazy? I don't think 15 hours, maybe 10 hours.
10 hours? That's still a lot.
Nah, but
Nah,
you see,
that sounds like it might be.
10,
could be
12
that much.
hours, yeah. Because
Yeah.
from here, let's say you want to go to Europe, here to get to Toronto, usually that's where the flights are. It's a 4-hour flight from Edmonton to Toronto.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you got to fly overseas to somewhere and then
you
take
go
a
there.
train to get somewhere, or you fly straight or something.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
You could take a train?
yeah, there's
Oh, shit.
I watch a lot of like people like travel hacks and
You
stuff.
watch travel
Yeah,
videos? I do the same
I
shit.
watch travel videos and like there'll be like, oh yeah, like just fly into this place, and like because Europe is like so connected, you can literally take a train to get to here, and it like reduces your flight instead of like
Man, I'm
taking.
an airplane.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with trains is like, depending on the train, you might be like this with somebody. I'm not trying to be all.
No, but that's the plane too.
I mean, yeah, but nah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I for sure know the plane is faster than the train.
Yeah.
You know? And then knowing my luck, once I get on the train, I'm gonna be with someone who just wants to conversate the whole way.
Oh.
I can't. I deal with that enough when I used to take the bus here.
No cap.
I cannot
no
do that
cap.
shit here.
No.
No, but my goal is to travel at least 10 times. I want to step on a plane 10 times, going
Yeah.
to 10 different places.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I have a few places lined up. Not gonna. I'm a guy that I believe in jinx heavy.
Yes.
You know?
Don't.
No, trust me. I'm not gonna speak on it, but there's a few places that it's looking real promising.
Yeah.
We're just gonna wait and see.
Honestly, sometimes you just have to wait and see. And I didn't tell anyone about these until I was like really sure about it. And
you're just like me.
yeah,
You're just like me.
I didn't tell nobody about these. Nothing. Like even when I started my business, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Damn, you just did it.
I just one day you saw my Instagram page.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I saw this thing from it was this motivational thing from Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was just saying, don't ask anybody, don't just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Because as soon as you start asking someone, you're going to run into that one person that's going to be like, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And then just like that, bro, everything's out the window.
No, like there's
You know what I'm
you just
saying?
have to be mindful of like who you share things with, and like yeah, like you can have like people that you have a good time with when y'all chop it up, it's cool, but like when it comes to like serious stuff that can like make or break your life, basically, literally, you just have to be careful who you share that with, because
Because you never
Yeah.
know who has evil eye.
evil
You
eye,
never know.
you never know who will like in a way try to like sabotage
Yep,
and
yep.
try to like sway you away from doing it. And like honestly, it's very real, like people seeing your potential, and then the moment they can in one way or another like
Ruin it?
they'll go for
It's
it.
over with.
They'll try to like ruin your confidence that you have in yourself, make you doubt what you want to do.
Yep,
Yeah, you just gotta be mindful of that.
Nah, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm learning right now to keep everything to myself. You know what I'm saying? But is that
Yeah.
everything?
Honestly,
everything?
I don't know. I'm
all
chill.
good,
Like
it's
I don't
all
have
good.
anything like serious to talk about. I'm like okay chopping it up, whatever. But if we're done, we're done. I'm
Okay.
good.
Let the people know where they could find you.
You can find me on Instagram and on TikTok now at
Okay.
IcedOutByAlexa. If you want to email me, IcedOutByAlexa@gmail.com. Facebook, IcedOutByAlexa.
Facebook too.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Jeez.
But yeah, reach out to me and that's where you can find me.
Okay. It's your boy Convo and Marlo,
And IcedOutByAlexa.
and I'm out.
Nice. This is fun.
Yes, sir.
Nice.